Gaming and musical comedy, yeah, buddy! Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of WWE SuperCard. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Today, this is going to be a long episode, and there's a lot of banter, a lot of random, a lot of me just talking about whatever I feel like talking about. Playing a bunch of stuff, playing SuperCard, playing Last Man Standing, seeing how far we go. But for you, those of you that like this sort of stuff, we won a King of the Ring. Yeah. So let's see if I get a Vanguard card out of this. No. We got two primals though. That was nice, I guess. Roman Reigns, Billy Kay. That's actually kind of cool. Yeah. So I got that. That was nice. This was my team ring domination. If you didn't see it on Twitter, I literally got a gift of 0 credits. Yeah, so that's what's up. If you also look, because I had to switch my momentums around to make my deck the best balanced, I actually knocked myself out of Vanguard tier. So I'm not going to be playing any of this. But first off, I'd show you. I trained up my Mick Foley the whole way, not thinking it would make my top 8. It screwed up everything. So I have these two, and the right arrow makes a whatever for the other people, the women's. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show my deck. We're just going to play. I'm ranked 2008 with 193, 193. That was not intentional. I did not know that's how many points I had. That's really cool. I don't even care. Wow. So this is my deck. I have, a balance of ups and downs, like 5 up and downs, and then 3, left, rights, but 2 there. These actually, I put her in momentum because if not, I would have 3 left arrows and no chance to boost them up. And I had to fortify Mr. Coffee. I took him out of momentum because I knew he'd still be number 1. I also took Hulk out of momentum because he was too good. But now, like, there's the distance between Ali and Cesaro is not that horrible. All right, it's about 400,000. I'm assuming. Let me just actually take a look. Oops, sorry, that's not how you do it. Where we gonna play? I just go to I edit the wild deck mode. Yeah, and okay. People keep asking me this, and I've said this literally in my last 5 videos. Well, all right, maybe the 2, and it felt like 3. All right, and this is something that I learned from my fake son, Edward, who's awesome, and anybody that makes SuperCard content is awesome, even if you don't like them. Okay, if you bring your deck down to the lowest tier and play 1 game, you can then put whatever you want in there, and it lasts for sometimes an hour, sometimes 20 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes, but like it lasts a long time. So there you go. If I switch, this is actually kind of cool. If I swap, the biggest difference, because like he is the lowest in my team whatchamacallit deck. All these guys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's the lowest in, and that was also unintentional. I think I was just trying to get games in on him. My difference between lowest card and highest card is only 288k, which is really good. I have lost a couple due to procs and not paying attention. Not full losses because I'm only at Arena 40. And let me just. Oh, I am recording. Okay. So this has been a 4-minute introduction to the playing. I have bought 40 reveals and 40 blocks because you can buy 2 from the store. My personal goal now, it's messed up. All right, and this is why I'm going harder today, Friday, and I played more than I do sometimes on Thursdays during the school year. My glasses are dirty. I have to fix that. The problem for this particular LMS for me is not my deck. It's the time of the event. Because this will go through Monday morning in my area at 9 in the morning. And Monday morning and 9 in the morning, I am teaching a class. Well, wait, actually, that's second period. I don't have a class second period. So, but you know what I'm saying. All right, so what I do, and this is like, and people still wonder how you get that many points. Well, I did use multipliers for probably 6 or 7 or 8 of the arenas, maybe a little bit more. And wait, what? You know, before we even do that, I think I've got a Christmas thing, a winter fusion. I don't remember. I think I do. All right, yes. I'm actually out of these. I don't know if I can do another one. But you know what? I really want to focus on Last Man Standing this weekend, so that's what we're going to do. I'm probably going to get a nightmare, but I don't care. I love Christmas times. I got a nightmare. Maybe it's a pro. It's not a pro! I got the $1 million Ted DiBiase. That's kind of cool. You know, but I do have enough of those for that, which is nice. So now I don't have to worry about this for a day. I've spent, what, 500 credits on just being able to do multiple fusions on that. You know, like you start the fusion here and then do the fusion here. And it's 250 to get that other card that was kind of booty. So 750 kind of credits really wasted on this. But when I know that I don't have to grind that much for coal the next couple of days, it's all right. So, we're Last Man Standing. It is, when I'm starting this, 9:43 o'clock, playing this, like, officially. You can see, like, how the deck works. It's pretty good. This is my lowest, and if I was going to lose, I can back out of this. But I do have to admit, the 2 times I lost, well, the 3 times I lost matches, I was watching my boy Young Gary Oak streaming on Mixer, playing Pokemon, Sword and Shield. Like, and it was fun. It's just so chill. I was just grinding and stuff. I was like, oh, yeah, math. Because I was just kind of like not paying attention to the grind, you know, and what if you are using this video to grind, which is really what it's designed for. Also, you'll know there's a lot of other things that I will talk about today. Long-time viewers will know why. Short-time viewers might know why. If this is your first video, it's a long video, and hopefully you're using it to help you play your game and that sort of stuff. Like right now, if that was a combinable, a speeder, wordoo. Yes, that's what it means. That was almost a loss, and that's what a compatible tag team. But you know me, I just love to just not care about lots of stuff. I just love being natural, and sometimes I sound stupid, but I do know what I'm talking about. Pretty much, you know. Yeah. Anyways, we're doing well. You know, Arena 40. My personal goal for this, depending on how long my voice holds out, I did a lot of talking all week. And this, like, if you ever had a music teacher growing up, the time frame between between Thanksgiving and the Christmas or / winter break, there's so much stuff that goes on. And this is also for anybody that is a professional singer, especially in, you know, church performances and that sort of stuff. The month of December is brutal. I haven't done any of those gigs in a long time. Like I remember one of the coolest things about student teaching was the guy that who was going to be my sponsor teacher. He didn't want to continue like the singing for the choir, and he was like a cantor type of deal, and or a section leader. I don't know exactly how it worked, but you know, that was something that he offered me. It's like, hey, you want to do this, and they pay you. I'm like, all right, cool. And so, it was great when I was student teaching, because you're not supposed to do any other outside work, but I was living at my mom's and dad's in Canastota, and I was student teaching in Phoenix, not Arizona, which is about 40 minutes, but it was like it's straight shot from the Thruway to 481. Not that anybody outside of the Northeast and near me, if you're from the New York area. But long story short, it was about a 35-minute commute, which was not that far. But the gig was in Syracuse, which at the Episcopalian Cathedral, and I was raised actually Catholic, and what they call like Episcopalian is kind of what some people joke as Catholic light, quote unquote. But anyways, it was a really cool gig, and but we didn't have like the holiday stuff. We had all the Easter stuff, and there's a lot of stuff, So yeah, because I student taught in the spring semester, so I didn't have all the winter stuff. But anyways, I just got a block, and that's pretty bad. Well, no, it's not that bad. We're still doing this other stuff. But as I was saying, there's so much stuff. We started our drama club rehearsals, and there's so much paperwork that has to be done with like all the clubs and the teaching and the progress reports and the concert, which is next Thursday. Also other people's concerts that we were supposed to help out at. Like, there's just so much stuff, and that's why I'm kind of taking this. I took my voice into account after happy hour, because I don't drink. I haven't drank alcohol in over 5 years. I've said this a bunch of times, but it started off like health things. My heart was just racing every time I would drink, and my best friend owned a bar, so I would drink a lot of times a week. And basically I said, well, the cardiologist said, dude, you should probably stop this, because you're probably just kind of killing yourself. So I stopped it, because I love me and I love life, and I want to live as long as I can, because it's fun, and I always have fun every day, even when I'm sick or annoyed or just frustrated about certain things. I always have a lot of fun in my day, because that's just my personality. That's who I am. That's what I want to be. Channel fun is my spirit animal. But anyways, after a few months, everything was fine again. And but what I noticed is like, wow, I have like, this was after 6 months. I have $2,000 or $3,000 extra dollars in my bank account that I wouldn't have had. So, I just said, like I said, and I've talked about this every now and then, it started for health reasons, and then it became, I was much healthier financially also, so I just said, I'm just going to keep doing this. But yeah, like I said, this video is going to be all over the place. It's going to be talking a lot about wrestling and a lot about this other stuff, but it's just going to be a video where I just talk about stuff and play. And hopefully you're playing LMS or whatever. If you're not playing this December 6th through 8th or 9th, 2019, you're using this to help you through something, whether it's through grinding or through studying or through just whatever. Because that's kind of the way I designed this video. We're already 12 minutes into this, 14 minutes into this, and it's just beginning, because I just want to talk about stuff. I just want to put stuff out there. And sometimes what people have said is like, when I put stuff out there, it helps people or something. Wow, 1822, nice. But you saw that when we started this, we were over 2,000, and I'm just going to keep playing, I'm hoping to maybe get through 64. So this is going to be close, but we're not bad. So 1489, they are pretty close. I think we should still win this. So that's actually bad. I lost. Or something like that, where if it was like where I was concerned or just didn't know, I could have exited out and that would have been fine. Like this one, it's a win easily. At least I think so, because my Ali is just strong and my Mick is pretty strong too. I really hope I get another Foley off the board, because you can get another Foley off the board. And next week they've announced that it's going to be Flash events, and I really hope that they go back to the regular time. You know, the start at midnight to midnight. Because I don't like this quote unquote off cycle events. And what I mean off cycle is off time cycle. But this is just my opinions as I use my nose, sorry. They do this at the beginning of tiers usually to make sure everything works, and there's been some issues with the game in season 6, but like I put on Twitter, one of the really cool things about it is with these awesome server upgrades that they did, you know, over the last season, well, that's a win. They didn't have to shut down the game for maintenance. They basically just did a DLC fix. I was not personally locked out because I was for a second, and then I remembered, oh wait, I can play this on my iPod Touch, and I can play this on my Kindle Fire if necessary. So I booted up the Touch, got the pack, and then everything was fine, because it was all stemming from the free pack crashing the game, right? I still need one more thing. There we go. So now we've got 4. I reveal 3. I block 1. Sometimes if I want to, and to give myself like an extra block at the end, I'll play that first one, and to see if I get a block. That's ironic, because it wouldn't have mattered either way. And this is also one of those times where if I felt like it, I would use the multiplier, multiplier, same thing. No, it's not. Okay. But my personal goal is from here on out, not do the 100s, which hopefully we won't get stuck on, you know, the booty arenas. And I hate them still, you know, because it doesn't matter sometimes. It's a luck-based engine. It's percentages, and sometimes, you know, your percentages just don't hit. Like one of my most viewed SuperCard videos is the where I opened 17 packs in season 3, where the highest card was an ultimate. I got 1 ultimate out of it, and that was before I used the Amazon coins and stuff. So that was, you know, $500 worth of stuff. But at that point, I was doing, you know, I wanted to spend the money. Now I don't really want to spend the money, especially on packs. You know, I'd rather spend it on events, and that's why since the beginning of SummerSlam, now this one I gotta actually pay attention. Yeah, we're good. And since the beginning of SummerSlam 19, the only time I've purchased any credits is when they're on sale for $20 for 5,200. You know, over the summer, I returned the big jar of change, you know, for, you know, $300, $400. And, you know, that's basically 50,000 Amazon coins. When I do it that way, it basically lessens the amount of that I have to pay for credits through all completely legal and non-shady things. Let me add that, by the way. It's basically I'm paying half, you know, because if you think about it, the Amazon credits I'll pay $400 for 50,000. Okay, this is how this math works. For every time the ad thing comes up, or the bonus, whatever, it's $20 in Amazon coins. Now there's a little bit of tax in there, so it's like, you know, 23 or something. So for 15,600 credits, instead of it costing me $100 or technically 90 after taxes and stuff, just using Amazon coins, it comes out to about 53. So that's why I've decided to do that. I could spend thousands of dollars on this game if I really want to, but I have a lot of goals financially, and because I really in the next 9 years, that's that's how many years of teaching that I have left. This is a win. That's not a problem. I have so much that I want to be able to do. I want to be a philanthropist. I just don't have money. Why is it so weird? I don't know. Okay. Okay, I spaced out for a second. That was just strange because I was confused. I thought it was going to be a lot higher. And I know that, every little bit that I make from here and eventually make from the kids, music channel and that sort of, and all the random stuff that I have going on, I want to give back and stuff. So I don't need a whole lot to keep things going, if you know what I'm saying. I don't have a lot of hobbies that cost me money, and especially now that I'm not using SuperCard to just, I'm going to spend all the money and hopefully I make it back. Because if you think that, you're not going to profit from this unless your name is JB. Okay, unless you build up a following of 100,000, 200, or unless you have a lot of live streams where people donate to you. I mean, I've seen a couple of Ed streams and a couple of Newology streams where people were definitely donating a bunch. And this is and any stream basically. I wanted to change the way I played, and that's what was so exciting. And I've talked about this more than one time. Like I said, this is just banter, whatever. Everything I'm going to talk about, there's going to be some things that are not as happy that we talk about today because I know they will come up in my brain. But there's a lot of cool streamers out there that help people play and and help through stuff. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, I was just we'll use this one. Just chilling, and I visited Siphon 81, who's one of my subscribers on the Twitch, and I was paying attention to make sure that Andra didn't do anything stupid, you bad boy. And the fact that what he shared in his stream was just so heartfelt, and it brought me to tears. And I always just want to be a guy that talks about cool stuff. This is recording, right? I just want to make sure. Okay. I wanted to make sure that the microphone was on. I was like, because I see. Wait, you're doing? Okay. It's tilted, and I'm not going to move my camera so you can't see. The microphone's tilted down a little bit because I have. I love to repurpose things. Right now, on the top of my piano, I have cardboard box types things that we got from when myself and my colleagues, we went to Blaze Pizza because it had just opened in New Hartford, New York, which is right next to Utica, New York. And I just loved how they were sturdy, and they're like, oh my God, I could put those on my piano so the crap doesn't fall down my piano like the bunches of little wrestling figures that people had sent to me in my fan mail box over the years. And they really block off well. It's like so good. It works so well. But it's that particular box is like kind of sitting on the bottom of the monitor. And I didn't want to cut the box or do anything to the box to make it fit like the right way. So it's like kind of split in the air. So anyways, so far we're going to finish our second arena here, which is nice. Also, because of the weird thing at the beginning of the whatchamacallit, I did not get, we're going to get a Platinum Plus. It's not a super duper one, but yeah. Now, hopefully, those aren't really tied to your stuff. Oh, I got this and that and other thing. They're not really tied to your ranking, or your tier, I don't believe. Because remember, my current tier is technically Primal Double Plus because I leveled myself down. Let me just see here. I want to double check this. Vanguard. Okay, so that's not any different. And that's not any different. Okay. Because it would say based on your top 8. Now, Arena, is this... That's fine, yeah. But I remember this is technically a few days early. Oh, but like I said, tangent. It took me to Arena 33 completing because of the problems that they had yesterday. The first 3 arenas didn't trigger the LMS quest. So I'm going to get some credits right here. Wow, 50 credits. We're back to 5,900. And I know that I'm probably going to use another 800 credits, but I don't know. I really haven't played any Women's Royal Rumble, and right now that's really a good thing. But if I didn't lose any matches or arenas from here straight through, because I have 37, 42, that is 79, which would mean I would have to one-shot 64, 77, and 78. And that's without any free packs right now, and that sort of stuff. So my goal personally is I want a top 1,000 card, but I also might want to just get in the zone and just grind. I really don't know. That's why I want to make a video like this because, for me, it's going to be such a challenging, we're going to say that because this is not compatible. It's going to be such a challenging time Monday morning because it'll end. I mean, I'll have to sleep in there when people, let's say in Europe, they get the happy times because the prime last few hours where everybody switches spots, that is the time that they're awake and active and I am asleep, that's okay. But I don't know, and that's why I want to make this video. And right now it's 10:03 p.m. on the 6th, and like an hour or two ago, I wished Happy St. Nicholas Day for my German heritage and stuff to my family, because that was something. My dad's side was more German and that sort of stuff, and Irish. And one of the things that we always celebrated was, on December 6th, you celebrated the stockings, St. Nicholas Day. There wasn't a whole lot of stuff in there, but it was always cool because we got stuff and that sort of thing, and that's something that we still do today, even if it's just like sharing stuff. My mom used to send little things probably through my 30s. I don't remember, but yeah, always little things, like a scratch off or $5 in the mail, or treat yourself to something nice, like $10. It was just it was the thought and the cool thing of just keeping this positive tradition alive for a long time. And if I had kids, I would have done the same thing, most likely, but here I am. I'm almost 46 years old, and I don't have any kids of my own that are, of my biological line. But on the good hand, I'm a teacher by profession, so I have plenty of kids that are quote unquote mine. I tell dad jokes because they know that I don't have kids of my own. And it's interesting. I wonder what my mentality would be to my students if I didn't have, or if I did have kids. I wonder if, I didn't need to waste that, by the way. I wonder how that would be because I lost that one mouth. That's why I'm thinking this. It's just interesting. But Yes, there's times where I wish that I had children of my own. Um, because I think it would be really cool to be a dad. I always wanted to be a dad, and then the older I got, the more I realized that it might not just happen for me. I could still end up with somebody, a mom that and be a great stepdad. Um, but who knows? I don't think of it as in a negative way. Because there's definitely times where people tell me that they envy me that I don't have those problems. Because kids are a huge responsibility. Um, and there's definitely times after a long day or a long week of school like this one. This was a long week. Even and we had a snow day Monday. So even though it was short, it's like cramming 5 days worth of stuff into 4 days. It's just hard. But anyways, this it's nice to just have control over the peace and quiet of my domain. And that's pretty cool. So it's like I'll get a little sad sometimes when I see like Facebook and all of my friends and people I know, fellow former students, former classmates and that sort of stuff. I was like, I almost said, and fellow students. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense because it just okay, whatever. I don't care. I'm just in my element. I'm like, this would be like back in the day where I would have shown the Powerade Zero, thing that was on top. The camera was on top of, and now it's just a dollar store or $5 store tripod. I'm pretty sure this is still a dollar store tripod. Because like it works. The Powerade machine worked. Powerade machine. Dude, if I had a Powerade machine and it worked, that would be cool. Um, but then again, I'd have to fill it, and those things are brutal on electricity. I already got a refrigerator. Maybe that'll be my Powerade machine. I have problems. I don't care. They're fun. But anyways, yeah, like I thought I would. I knew I always wanted kids, and the older I got, and I was married, and we had talked about kids, but I knew that I wanted to have a strong, financial sounding footing, and before we had them, and unfortunately things didn't work out that way. But I'm lucky in the sense that my former wife and I are very civil. And we've both been there for each other when we've needed somebody, just like through a text or a call or whatever. And that's worth more than anything when you need it. I'm a very lucky man. I consider myself a very lucky man, not just because of what I do have and also because of what I don't have. A lot of my life is by my choice. That's one of those things where it wasn't my choice at the beginning, obviously. Hearts can change, and that's yes, it hurts, it sucks, but because of her and her the way that she dealt with stuff. And she said that, when I go talking to my friends, I'm not dragging your name through the mud. It would be really cool if you did the same. And, and it's funny, like over the years, it's something that simple makes you really think about it, because I don't know how many horror stories I've heard from friends and other people about their exes and that sort of stuff. And that's why I don't use the term ex. I prefer former because it just doesn't sound bad. Ex, because of the way that everybody talks about stuff, ex always sounds bad. It's unless it's X-Men, because those are cool. But when you say former, I'm an ex-employee of such and such corporation. That sounds like you got fired, okay? Or it sounds like you're left on not so great terms. Even if you didn't, whatever. It can, to me, and maybe other people, it could just be something different. When you say I'm a former employee of such and such corporation, it just sounds like, oh, okay, cool. And then sometimes, and then, you know, I mean, people say, what'd you get laid off? It's like, no, I got quit. I got quit. Yeah, I got good English. Hey, look, it's another reward. Elias, you gonna go for a walk? No, it's cold outside. Up to 1554. That's pretty cool. So we've gone over 500 spots so far in this video that we haven't really done. Oh, why did I do that? I never want to reveal first unless it's one of those booty arenas, and that's any arena where there's more obstacles rather than hearts, blocks, and reveals. There's 3 types of booty arenas. There's the -1, where it means the amount of successful blocks, reveals, and hearts that you have. With the amount of obstacles, there's one more obstacle than there is any of those things to survive. Then there's Arena 79 and, you know, 95 and 96 and 97, I think, or 96 and 77. Those are -2s. And then you get 98 and 99, which are -3s, which suck. Okay. Those even, like, let's say this was the end, you have a 25% chance of getting through it. The weirdest, strangest thing is in Last Man Standing, you can do such a great job. If I can get these all out early, that would be cool. But I need to get one more out, because this is what people sometimes do, and they realize now I cannot make that huge string that I've been doing because I still have 2 obstacles. Now I could try, and after if I get 5 in a row, I will slap that obstacle. I will slap a block on there and try to run it for a little bit longer. But the problem is, you know, I might hit a thing, or I might just want to keep it going. And I know that I lost. I was like one of those things where I wasn't paying attention. I lost, and now I'm gonna put the block on. Oh, my ear just popped. Oh, weird. That was weird. Because now, if I get a little bit closer, the probabilities of me hitting 2 in a row is very, very small. So what I'll do is I'll press it until I hit 1, and then I will go for the next bout, bank after that, because then I'm still securing a bunch of points. And like I said, like with 16 and 2, there's 18 total. That means there's what, a 10%, not even a 10% chance of me getting the block. I'm sorry, or getting the whoosy what's it's the obstacle, the first obstacle through the block. And you don't lose any points that way. Yes, I could find them 2 in a row. You know, there's the 1. So I'm going to put this into practice. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Of course it happens that way, because I knows that I was just talking about it. So I lost 1,000-something points. I could rage multiplier now, but I'm going to try not to. Okay. Sometimes when that happens, I mean, really, where were and this all came about because I didn't focus on what I was doing for a minute, and I just went on autopilot and revealed first. If I had just played for a bit, I think for some reason I thought I was down to 3, and then I could reveal. I just kind of got in the zone, which is cool. And at Arena 43, it doesn't really matter. You know, it's like I've lost a total of 4,000 or 5,000 points. And like technically, if I want to say like stuff like when I have more obstacles or whatever, and I bank after a while, and then you get another thing that wasn't an obstacle, you get another match. Like those points are probably those would be over the course of a last minute saying, those are well more than 4,000 or 5,000 points in their own right. So it doesn't really matter, especially if I keep on grinding, you know. I don't know how far I want to go. I know this will not be like what I did during The Rock. I got 10 million points during The Rock Shattered, the first one of season 5. But there was a lot of things that were different. Number one, I was not teaching because it was winter vacation. Because it was, 4 weeks into the future. I need a drink. So, and, when it was because it was right after Christmas, some of that pre-New Year stuff gets a little boring. So I was just grinding. And the difficulty was easy because it was hardened. That was the hardened, one where you didn't have to think anywhere near as much. Use that brain energy to focus if you have to back out of a match. You didn't have to do any of that. So everybody just went crazy. And I remember that's when I was that when I watched all the Arrow stuff? When I started the Arrow stuff? That's probably when I started, my Arrowverse thing. I got through the beginning of season 6, and now it's ending soon. And I'm current with season 8. So, and I saw a lot of season 7. So I don't really need to watch those anymore. I do know that I have to watch episode 5 of The Mandalorian, once I'm done with this video. And I know that at some point I'm going to start telling people a couple of little things to write in the chat if you want to, just because that's how I roll. The thing was, I put those little Easter eggs in there because I love Easter eggs. And that was one of the things that was a feature of season 1 SuperCard, 5 years ago. And I was just shocked at how many people were watching these things that long. One of the cool people of season 1 that some of you may or may not be aware of, his name was Copter with a K, Kopter. And his name in the game, well, his name in the game is Copter, but his Twitter, I think, is still SuperCard Copter. I don't actually remember, but I saw his post from him earlier today. The dude is awesome. He is one of the few people that actually bought a bigedude t-shirt from my Spreadshirt store that I think is still alive. But, obviously, I haven't getting any sales because I would know about it. But anyways, I watched a video once where he was wearing the shirt, like, it was kind of like a shout out to me, where, like, the Super Saturdays thing, which this is technically a Super Saturday, I would make an hour-long video, and then it would go up. But what I would do is it would happen during the week, because there weren't team events, so you didn't have to worry about that sort of thing. King of the Rings were 2.5 days, so when you did really well in the King of Ring, it took a while. So you would, if I could get one reward at the beginning of the video and then another reward at the end of the video, and they were really cool, like, because King of the Rings used to give pros back in the day. That was just a really cool thing. All right, so I got to pay attention. 1371. Yep, we're good. All right. So, anyways, I remember watching this Copter video, and he was just saying, like, dude, like, here I am, like, this community is really cool, and it's like, I remember just putting on a bigedude video, and the next thing I know, it's like an hour has passed, and for everybody that's watching this, we've already been talking 44 minutes, and that's crazy. We're up to 1456, that's cool, and I didn't want to do this as a stream, because when I do streams, and if I put everything from the stream in the video, it loses the feeling towards it that I'm talking directly to you at home, the viewer, because I'm talking mainly to the people that are watching me live stream. And that's something I didn't want to do. I wanted to do something where I just talked about whatever and thought about lots of stuff while also still playing the game. I noticed I didn't screw up and did not reveal this time first. I am learning, because learning is fun. You can also see like more of these cards here and there. But, you know, I wanted to see how much I could do. My real goal for this episode is to get through 64 on the first try and then end it. I don't think this video is going to end up being that particularly long, because that would be a while. I'm only at 44. That's 20 more arenas. And at this point, arenas take a lot longer to go through. It's funny, the more you play, look at that. That would have been close if it was the speed versus charisma, but it wasn't. So that was good. The more that you play, so here's like 264. We would lose 200 points if this is not an obstacle, but it is. So I didn't lose anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't keep track of that because I don't want to. And now what I can do is I will play the first one. And now here's what I've got. I've got the reveal and I've got the block. So I can screw up, which I have done. You've seen it in this video already. I can screw up and still not, affect my points, which is great. And that's why sometimes I'll wait for that last one before I use the reveal. Because if I play one and it brings out an obstacle, then I can do what I'm doing now, which gives me a little less brain effort that I have to worry about, which is nice sometimes. Hey, there's Batista. Where's Dana Brooke? I love that story. I really hope that turns into something awesome, personally. And it's funny because, maybe in a few years, you'll watch this video or... No, you probably won't. This is like this is a grind video. Some of my old grind videos still get a lot of traction, which is interesting. One thing I find, here's an interesting thing. One of my old streams of just when I was doing the lo-fi kind of whatever the heck that was, it's 11 and a half hours long. And it still gets 1,000, 2,000 views a month, and the people just put it on in the background and just zone out to it. That's something that could happen with this. As far as watch time goes, it's in my top 10 every month, which is just insane. Even it won't be this month because of the new season, and I put that the full hour-long video up of everything in season 6. 5 happened last year. This is I hope it's okay. This is one of those things where, because I wasn't really mentally aware, I could have lost there, but I didn't, so I'm lucky. Hooray! But yeah, so I'm having fun with season 6. I'm a little concerned about next week being Flash events already, simply because Flash events, well, let me rephrase this. Let me try anyway. I love Flash ring domination. That is the best. You're almost getting a pull every, you are averaging a pull every 2 games, and sometimes it's probably even less. Technically, if you're using doublers, it's technically, somebody did the ring domination probabilities at one point, and it seemed like it was like, I don't know, like 20 point something is the average for a board, like shards, when you think about it. I don't really know. That might have been a long time ago and totally irrelevant. Kind of like my YouTube career. Okay, whatever. But anyways, so at 20 and your picks are 16, that's close. I think that's the whole thing I was pointing at. Yeah, the season 1 stuff that we got recently was so cool. But so much of it, like, I was really not expecting to feel the feelings that I felt. And it was just, 5 years ago, man. How much different was your life 5 years ago? I know for me personally, a huge difference. And now it's going to be the time where we got to bring up the man, the myth, and the legend. Well, something like that. of Biggie Dad, because you're watching this today. If you're watching this on the first day, where it went up live, it was December 7th, 2019, which does mark, unfortunately, the 4th anniversary of his passing, which still sucks. Why do we gotta die? Being alive is cool. That's why that's one of the reasons also that I stopped drinking back in the day, because my health is so much better than when I was, drinking. I also do more. I don't have to take naps all the time after school. Life is better. I don't smell as bad, probably. I don't really know. Anyway. But yeah, today, if you're watching this on the first day that it came out, it is 4 years. And it'll be interesting to see, if I, sometimes I'll just want to play something from the past, like when I had all the SuperCard episodes being streamed, and we found that it takes 3 weeks to go through everything, and that was up through season 5. That's a lot. But it's not just about the game for me. It's about like a chronicle of my life. And my life wouldn't be here. Gosh, that got closer than I wanted it to be. My life would not be here without my dad, obviously Biggie Dad. And the fact that a 72-year-old man decided to play a game about wrestling, which he did not watch, not just play it, but decide to record it when he can barely see that much all the time. Or up to 13, 17. Having to use a magnifying glass sometimes to see the cards. It just puts things into perspective that if you just are really having fun doing anything on YouTube, you can find an audience and just make happy, good stuff. You can make the world a better place. Or even if you want to live stream just to talk to people or that sort of thing. And the crazy thing is, if you were to go to watch my dad's channel right now, those SuperCard videos still hold up, because he didn't watch wrestling. He just talked about the cards, like, or like the rarity. And like some of the best videos of my life are just the ones that I did with him, because he didn't know what was going on. He didn't watch wrestling. I mean, he knew like about Hulk Hogan and some of those people, but that was about it. Just a refreshing thing, because he had no plans on making any money, and I don't know to this day if he actually got the first check from his thing. I know that I posted this on Twitter a year or two ago. I think it was last winter, where the Price Waterhouse saw that that Google account had no activity for a few years, obvious reasons, and they owe Google owed Dad $200 or something like that. Like, I want to say he got one check. I don't know if he ever did. Well, he knew one was coming. I know that. The timing is all off, and I don't really know, and there's obviously no way to really find out unless It's not worth it. Anyway, the whole point is that's just cool. So if you, and this is a challenge, and this is something where you don't have to do this. Some of you may not be able to do this. This is for anybody that if you don't have a really great relationship with somebody that, like a father or a mother or grandparents or somebody, and it's something where you would like to try to have a better relationship with that person, the worst thing that can happen is that you try and fail, but some of the best times in my life and some of the best times in my father's life, and this is because, I asked Mom once, I was like, because sometimes you just wonder about things. And I said, did Dad really like to play the game? Because he didn't watch wrestling or anything. I was like, oh yeah. He would just talk about it and he was so proud of you doing your thing. I was like, all right, because it felt like he really enjoyed it. He just loved playing games. And as a game, it's fun. Even after, all these years, the game is just a fun game. And, season 1, gosh, like back then, that was before any of the adpocalypses and stuff. What was it? July 2015, I made $2,500 playing this game. That was ridiculous. And that was even after full screen's cut, because I was still with Full Screen Network at that time. I haven't been with a network in years, and I don't think anybody really is in networks anywhere near as much as they used to be. Some people I know still are, and that's cool. Some networks still do good stuff for people. If you're on brand with their message or other things. But while you need 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers now. So, if you don't have that, it doesn't matter. The networks used to be able to help you, or quote unquote help you, but I found that networks really didn't do anything except take my money. That's just me. There was some cool collaboration opportunities well back in the day, but those things were just kind of like for show. Nothing really ever came of any of them. But anyways, whatever. Like I said, total random, whatever. But yeah, it's been 4 years, man. And not a day goes by where I don't think about Dad. I'll talk to him out loud, as if he's kind of hearing me, even though he's not there. Because I know, oh, please don't lose. I don't think I lost. Okay, good. Sometimes I just get in the zone and I forget, to do math quick in my head. And that's also one of the reasons I'm doing this video, is because a lot of times I'll play 2 games at the same time. Like on my left hand, on my couch, I'll have Hustle Castle doing stuff, and there's grinding, there's arenas and stuff, battle arenas, but it's kind of it's 5 rounds. You gotta wait 2 minutes every round. But it auto plays it. There's nothing that you have to do personally, which I kind of love sometimes, because it's a great counterpart when I'm trying to get glory or valor, for my clan, and then I can focus on this one. But anyways, yeah, my mind is all over the place because I keep thinking about all the things I've got to get done between now and the vacation. My vacation for for winter vacation this year is 2 weeks, 2 full weeks, because Christmas is on a Wednesday, so the 23rd would be a Monday, and okay, we're good. And that's just how you're gonna have a long winter vacation. This year I've got like a responsibility, a concert where I've got to, like students involved, or maybe not supposed to really talk about stuff, but there's a well, I can talk about performance. Like I'm so good at not talking about certain things because I don't want to get in trouble, and because like for that story, back when I used to do live streams solely on YouTube for a bit, this was after Camcord died. A lot of my students would watch them and talk to me and stuff, and a lot of times I'd say, "Oh, this person's cool, they're my student." And as soon as I said that, and if their name was, their YouTube handle, which a lot of times it was, we're good. Okay. That violates federal privacy laws because I would acknowledge them by name and had said that they are my student. But anyways, this is the first time I've ever had anything over winter break, like responsibility wise. So, it'll be interesting, and it'll break it up nice because, we leave on the 20th, we get back on the 6th or something like that. Or the 5th, whatever. Hey, let's check it out here. Yeah, my first day back is the 6th. So, and not every school has the same schedule and stuff that we do. But what do we want to do here? Let's Hulk it up. Hey, Kashida, what's up? Having a good time? I get it. Time, Marty, McFly. Oh, okay. Anyways, let's just keep going. We're at 13-11. We're going to win this one, I think. There's Bailey with the first haircut. She's had a second haircut. And where are we at? We're at an hour. If you've lasted a whole hour, I want you to write bacon inhaler, which I'm going to use right now. I have asthma. Yeah, buddy. Okay. I don't use that particular inhaler every day because I've been in a seated position and kind of leaning forward. I haven't been using my air as much as I do, so that I was getting a little light air intake, I think. I don't know. It felt like it would be a good time to use that. So we're now up to 7 obstacles, which is not fun. Well, it's not horrible, but it's almost getting to that dreaded point where bad things happen. And that's when we get sad. That's when we get hit by a bus. Remember, even though there's no buses to get hit by, if you get hit by an obstacle, you got hit by a bus. And that's the way it is, because I said so. And you know what? You don't have to say that. I just love saying it. So yeah, got hit by a bus. And you know what I love is when I go to other streams or whatever, and people say some of the stuff that I say, because that makes me think, hey, people think I'm cool. I like that. Because I don't worry about things, because I just want everybody to have a great time, and I want everybody to believe in each other. Now, being the fact that, the wrestling world is a very passionate community, no matter who you are. Let's see if we okay, we get one. Just look at the whole AEW versus NXT thing. There's so many people that are really emotionally invested in that. Oh, the ratings went down, they're trash, or this. I was like, why can't you just like both? I will be honest with everybody right now. For the last 3 or 4 weeks, maybe even 5, I have not watched AEW or NXT. I have recorded them all, and I recently deleted them all because I was just like, I don't know when I'm going to get to it. I need a break. I'm already recording Raw and SmackDown. That's 5 hours. I got a lot of other things that I'm into. Like, doing live streams or whatnot and watching some certain shows. And it's okay. You know, I don't have to be a slave to wrestling, sports entertainment, anything. You know? And that's the way I want to live. I don't want to feel like I don't have a choice, you know? That's just the way to go. Like, I want to have as much fun as possible always. That's just my goal. And if I could find a way, like, and I love teaching, and you know, there's some things that aren't that great with teaching, but all in all, the amount of joy and fun that I have teaching kids music is well beyond any frustrations over just some circumstances here and there. You know, sometimes you have a bad day, but man, the feeling that you get when you can not just like teach and they remember stuff. It's like when you see the light bulbs go on in kids' heads where they understand something that they didn't understand before, or they heard them perform something where they balanced the chord or whatever for the first time and had a great cutoff. That, you know what? It's funny. Like all the cutoffs that I do, it's kind of like you take the sound and you cut it off. This has been stuff that's been around, but you know, now with the whoa, it's like doing the same. It's like, you know, incorporating that sometimes just because it's funny for the kids. Like I'll do whatever I can to make a better experience for the child, for the student, because kids have have so many other things going on in their worlds. And here's me, some old guy, you know, talking about music, you know, like, I know music, I can listen to it anytime. That's just me being just any kid, not any of my students, obviously. And it's just really cool, like, that I'm into a lot of different things. It's just really cool. Like, when people talk about wrestling and stuff, it's like, oh, you know, I met Becky Lynch. I'm like, oh, you did not. And then I do show the picture on my phone, even though I probably shouldn't. It's a bad example. But the amount of, like, cool factor that people get, like, let's say that, you know, it just makes things so much easier and better. You know, every connection that I can make with a student is going to help them not just succeed in my class, but just we would treat each other with respect a whole lot easier, you know? And it's just, I don't know, it's personality thing. Teaching is not easy sometimes, but if you go into it with a mindset that I am not here for the paycheck, although it does help, you know, live and stuff. You know, I'm here to change the world. And that's how I feel about teaching. Even on the times where I'm just tired of certain things or whatever. That's actually his best stat right now, so we're just going to keep it on that. The teaching thing, it's cool. You know, I also get plenty of time off. And the older I get, the more I seem to feel like I need it. And I guess that's another thing that I don't like is not about teaching. It's just, I don't like aging, you know. And this is another thing that's really been on my mind for the last few months. This is my 23rd year teaching, and I will be 46 2 weeks from this video. And that means I will have been teaching half of my life. And it freaks me out sometimes because that's a long time. And even though sometimes there's some days I'm just wiped out. Like a couple weeks ago before Thanksgiving where my voice was so shot, I worried a little bit, because it hurt. And my voice is my instrument, my bread and butter, I'm talking to you right now. And it's just something that, God, back in the day, like 10 years ago when I was still partying and hooting and hollering, it didn't seem to affect it still. Now it does for whatever reason, whether it's just age or just, time catching up. I just want to be young in mind and in body. So I have to work on that, because I got to think about it. At the beginning of the school year, I was really doing well, keeping myself into shape, doing all this sorts of stuff. But I haven't gotten to the gym in a couple weeks. Now, I have done some working out stuff here, but not on a consistent basis. And this sometimes happens during the winter because I get what's called seasonal depression, where I just don't get enough sunlight or three. Okay, gosh, that was closer than I wanted it to be again. But that sort of thing, gosh, my brain is all over the place. And you know what? I'm okay with that, because I'm grinding. I'm talking to you, wonderful person. Alf pumping. If you know what Alf pumping means, it's German pump it up. Okay. I'm up to $10.99. Better not get any taxes. That's a dumb joke. I don't care. If it's 1066, I could have talked about Jedis. But I did. Random things that I am sad about, that are really just first world problems, and I'm not really that sad about it. It's just like, ugh. First off, Mandalorian. Love the show. This is episode 5 is out today. And there's only 3 more episodes, and it's every week. Like, it's not like Netflix. Disney Plus is not Netflix. You gotta wait, like a TV show. I'm like, no, I don't want to wait for a TV show. So that, I'll like when I wake up after a great sleep, and then a random part of my body hurts. That was happening all week, and I hated it. Like, yesterday, it was my left hip side. I must have slept on it wrong. The other day, it was my calves. I'm thinking that was because, I wasn't on my feet for, 5 days during the Thanksgiving break. I ate a lot of food. But, like, just, like, and the other day, today it was my back was a little bit off, and that was because I was sitting the wrong way. I used to be able to sit the wrong way and not have any repercussions. Now I'm just getting older, and I'll bet if I was going to the gym and working out and tanning, getting the vitamin D and that sort of stuff. I take vitamin D supplements, but it's not the same that your skin and body and mind feels like when you get that sun stuff. And when I do tan, it's obviously indoor tanning. It would be like 6 or 7 minutes, and that it's enough. You don't need to do 10. 6 or 7 gets the job done. But anyways, that's something that I have to do this weekend. Because I'll just feel good. And also, it's by Walmart and the Dollar Tree that has a lot of cool drinks. And I have to get pens and pencils for school because I like to provide kids that don't have pen or pencils that need them for my class so that they can do their work. Pretty much every teacher does that, so, But I noticed that I was running low, so I need to do something about that. Good. I'm glad we had this conversation. And I've always, it's going back to some of the season 1 days. My goal for this whole SuperCard thing was to have fun, because I just love the game. Have fun and build a community around the game, because why not? we can help each other progress and stuff. And some of us have been in this WWE SuperCard internet community, really, for since season 1. You know, I'm not a day 1 player. I'm a day 2 player, and it's cool. You know, there's no way that this video is going to go to 64. There's just no way. That's cool. How long is it already? 1 hour 15 minutes. This is almost as long as some animated feature films. Not many, because you know they usually animated films are usually 80 minutes to an hour. They used to be 90, but some of those ones they're like hour 15. That's why they have those little features at the beginning to lengthen the time, so you don't feel like you got robbed. Then you can watch, like, you know, Avengers Endgame. I'm tired, but I'm happy, you know, that I'm talking through everything and just being myself. That's the joy of doing this. Let's just see if we get the thing. No, okay. I was trying to get that last one. It's just a security thing. Like I said, we're not really, I don't know if you've been really paying attention, but I really haven't had to back out of a lot of things yet. The only things you really got to back out of or be aware of is like the tag teams that are not compatible. That's just, you got to pay attention to those. As long as you back out of the match before they hit the, you know, in the on the way to the Tron, you will not lose the match. Okay. That's something that a lot of people still don't realize. I don't want to like force something like that, so we're going to try not to. This is something where we could lose, but probably not. 1328, 1348, 1430. Okay, we're good. That is close. I don't know if I'm with this. If I exited out before that, yeah, I just lost. But luckily, I have that thingy. Oh, that's a problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to, hey, this is what we wanted to have happen the last time. Didn't happen. But like I said, if I was like that right there, that was definitely going to be a loss because they were compatible and I was not. So I'm not, it's not just me losing the 5%. They're gaining the 10%. And it's not just one person gaining the 5%, or I'm sorry, or the 10%. It's two. So that is why you have to be very careful for those types of things. All right, still showing 1099. Must be nobody's playing. The other thing that's so weird about this is that it's still more than 2 days. You know, I like if this was during the regular, what you call it, the regular time instead of 10:54 p.m. This is 10:54 a.m. on Friday, which means I'm at school and I'm not at 47 yet. Okay, that's just for pacing purposes. It's just totally throwing me off. This is another loss. That's why you have to do stuff like this. It's funny how, you know, I was cruising along for over an hour pretty much, and now I've had a couple of these. That one like it was when he did the proc or whatever the heck it was, or the support. What? No, it was the support because he went to the corner and the manager, whatever. Oh my gosh. Oh no, I lost 2 spots. I'm a bad boy. Anyways, train of thought just crashed, but we're good. Oh, I thought it was probably close. If I go back later on, it's probably within like 3,000. If you want to do the math on that last loss, go ahead. More power to you. Put it in the comments. I will definitely heart the comment. So this is what we've been waiting for. Something where they don't have, you know, compatibility. Because even sometimes the just the similar arrows, like let's say right. Sometimes now we have to bank the points. We're still okay because we have 2 possibilities, but there it goes. Like if that was Arena 64, I'd have to start over. Once we get to 8 obstacles, you can't lose, or else it becomes a booty arena. That's just how it is. And I hate that. I hate that it comes down to certain portions of this game come down to a coin flip. And I've said this to the developers, and I came up with many plans and possibilities to implement, but you know, there's sometimes, and it's all luck, and I hate that sometimes because, you know, there's times where I spent 4 or 5 hours straight. Mind you, I was not spending, you know, let's just say 13 times on Arena 64. It became 6 hours because I wasn't spending credits at that time. This is like over the summer. And it's just such a crappy feeling when you can't progress. And when it comes down to it, when you get to those arenas, when there's more obstacles than the other stuff, it's almost gambling. It's a game of chance, not a game of skill. Because there's nothing you can do. It's not like there's a predetermined thing. It's all random number generation. And that's why all those old tutorials that I made on this, you know, it might make you feel good, but it really doesn't do anything, you know? All right, so this could be bad. No, we're good. But, yeah, dude. But Arena 47 is pretty good, you know? But, like, the more you get, the quicker every arena takes. Like, once you get to Arena 65, instead of being able to only reveal 3 obstacles, you can reveal 6. When you get to Arena 80, instead of revealing 6 obstacles, you can reveal 9. And if you are an idiot and go past 100, which I have been that idiot plenty of times, you can remove 16. Well, you can block 4 things, and you can remove 12. Whatchamacallits. Was that right? 4. Yeah, 4. Yeah. So you can always win, and it does not take very long. You know. Where am I? Oh, yes, we're going to press our luck because we're naughty. Okay. So here we go. Yeah. Part of me wants to just grind, but I don't want to spend any other money than what I've already got. And because next week is like both Flash events, I know I'm going to want those credits for that because it just takes so much less time. 4,000, we're still up there. You know what? How long is this video? 122. I'm going to go through Arena 50. Or I'm going to get to Arena 50. So it's 2 more arenas. I'm going to be playing a lot tonight. I'm just going to turn on the stuff, get in the zone. You know what else I'm disappointed at? One of these random things. That's bad. Hello? Okay. I used to listen to this 3.5 hour it's basically like kind of like trance music, but it's an offshoot of trance called Goa, which is kind of like spiritual trance type stuff. And it was this 3.5 hour compilation, basically just visualizations on by a guy named Tobias Baseline. And now the video is not available in the country because all the the songs in it get claimed. So I don't think it's available at all. But I used to listen to this thing for like hours, just grinding this stuff. Putting YouTube on my TV or whatnot. And I know I could find other stuff, but I just loved the mix, and I put it on my favorite videos, and I hate it when like favorite videos that you've had for a long time somehow disappear. Really? I just had that stupid thing happen. Why you do this? They're testing me. But yeah, and the other thing is now it's 11 o'clock, and me knowing who I am and that's a really cool thing that I know how I think and how I feel, and I know predictively pretty well. Oh, let's see, I got to play this. I'm already in Arena 4 or Momentum 4, but because I've got all this stuff, my goal is to get through all of the blocks and reveals I have tonight, so I can start playing some of that, which means I will probably get through 64 tonight. You know, I'm gonna be awake again. Stop. Like, I could win if you weren't compatible, but 3 in a row, that is not something that usually happens. Sometimes you do that to avoid the loss, but with a balanced deck, that doesn't really happen anywhere near as bad. And you know, I could have avoided a few losses, but I was, you know, trying to not. We're almost top 1,000 as well, which is nice. But I want to enjoy, and one thing I might do today is go to Independent Wrestling, NYCW. I've only gone to the first one, and then finally we get what I want. And then every time that wrestling has come up, a lot of it was like after Mania, like that was just so long. I just was kind of burnt out from seeing live wrestling and didn't want to see anything that wasn't amazing. You know, I mean, that was a very satisfying, long thing. And it was a great couple of days with my buddy Chris. I might go. I might not. I might just want to grind. I don't know. The best thing is I can figure it out. Maybe I do something. Maybe I don't. But I wanted to make something that was different. And I think so far we've definitely accomplished that. You know, I talked about how to really maximize your last man standing. The biggest thing you need is time, because these early arenas, they just take so much time because of the blocks and reveals that you can use. And not everybody has the amount of time that I do, because let's face it, on the weekend, I don't have to do anything really unless I want to, which is nice. And the older I get, and the more the events get challenging, you know, the more I play. But I love this game so much. You know, I've had so much joy playing this game, and there's some really cool things that are going to be happening in the near future. Not sure. I'm not going to say anything about it, but it does not involve just me. Let's put it that way. And it's not just one person. There's more than one things that is going to be happening really soon, which is kind of cool. You know, and as much as you know, and I would love to collaborate with other people, and let's try that. Let's try to do something. You know, the problem is I suck at editing, and I don't wanna. So if that's something that you're interested in, you're gonna see something cool that in the near future. I don't know. Just write down that you might be interested in it. I'm not gonna buy any packs. So if your idea is to do packs battles with me, I'm not doing it. Okay. Let me rephrase this. I'm not doing it in a sense of, if number one, it doesn't make sense for my game, and number two, if it involves me using credits, because I'm not going to do it. I don't want to. You'll understand sometime. But it would be cool to do some collabs, or even try to. And my schedule is beyond crazy, but you know what? Maybe it'll work. And maybe I can schedule them. I would love to do some sort of collaborations during the during my 2-week vacation. That would be cool, especially like from the weekend of the 28th and 29th of December, because the 29th is Big Dad's birthday, and I think if I was doing stuff with people, that would be cool. I don't mind being on your Discord in your stream for me to do it, it doesn't work. And the reason why, like, if I was to record my streams and people are talking to me in Discord or something like that, actually, this is his worst, then that's okay. That got pretty close, 1380, and that's 1.380 million, but I just shortened it down. Well, let's just do that. The problem is I see what people are reading or people are writing in the chat, and I always want to talk to them. That's because I've been doing that sort of thing since 2009. I'm so used to just directly interacting with the chat. And the funny thing is like, I've been doing this for so long that I can still do it, even if there's hundreds of people in the chat, which usually doesn't happen anymore. Now it'll only happen on, like, are we waiting for a new tier or something? And is JB streaming? and or did JB raid me? You know, like, or sometimes like BBL's raided me recently, Funky Town's raided me in the past, all sorts of people have raided me. And it's just, I have a lot of fun, and you know, I always appreciate it, and that I always leave that thing on the Twitch streams because I like seeing that somebody rated me because it's cool, you know. Like, I love the community, man, and that's I love to go watch people. Like, that's why I follow the channel of WWE SuperCard. That I'll search to see who's streaming, and I'll just go and talk. You know, most times people know who I am, but and it's every now and then I get somebody that doesn't know who I am, which is just the best, you know. Because I don't worry about that sort of stuff, you know. I'm just like you, except I'm older and probably fatter. I've thought a lot about the game. I thought a lot about the strategies. It's really not just about the clicking and how to train stuff and that sort of stuff. It's about your mental capacity. Like, these are, like, the skills that I use for grinding these things are stuff that I developed in high school, having to balance and manage. Ballage. We just made a new word. Write ballage in the chat. BALAGE. Which it'd be funny if it means something like how old Finn Balor is. Ball age, get it? I'm such an idiot. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, okay. Those time management skills that I developed while I was in high school, being a top 10 student of my class, taking college classes while I was in my senior year in high school, being in, you know, three sports my senior year, working with a job, also being president of the National Honor Society my senior year, also being in all of the drama productions except one, and that was because my choir director didn't direct that one, and both of those people have now passed away, which is, you know, it's a long time ago, but it just makes you think. And there was a really sad story around my area. Like, my elementary school music teacher, she passed away recently within the last month, and it was a sad story because it involved, you know, like, dementia and being left out or forgetting to go back in, or knowing where you were, and just basically freezing, or, you know, succumbing to the elements, hypothermia. And it's just a really sad story. So, you know, it's funny that 3 of the 4 people that really, well, I'm not paying attention. Okay, we're good. That really shaped my musical career are no longer with us, you know, and that's just a crazy thing when you think about it. And I think about it because I do, you know, I've always felt that time is a gift, and unfortunately, we haven't found a way to, you know, last a super duper long time, you know. At least not, I mean, in stories and science fiction like Altered Carbon, you know, the stacks in the back of your head, you know, that keeps your consciousness, that allowed you to, you know, switch bodies and that sort of stuff and last a long, long time, unless your stack got blown out, which, you know, it does sometimes in those things. Well, anyways, time is a gift, and this game, even though I've spent a lot of time on it, the people that I've met because of it is a gift. The amount of wonder that has been brought to my life because of this game is a gift. The amount of opportunities that have presented themselves because of this is a gift. I didn't get into this game to get 100,000 plus subscribers. I got into this game because I loved wrestling and the game was fun, and because there wasn't people really making content on it. And lo and behold, here we are in season 6, and the people that make the game think I'm cool to, you know, bring stuff to you guys sometimes. All right, left or up, left or down. All right, let's just show you this. Based on the old school way, I would probably assume that this would be the good spot, because you wouldn't have 3 in a row when you've already got 3 in a row. But now I'm just going to show you that it still is. I was totally expecting the, you know, the who's-y what's-its. Whatever. So we're going to play one more bout, you know. And you know what's funny? I interchange everything so many times because luckily my personality, oh, he broke top 1,000. My personality is not one of being a perfectionist. I'm a, whatever it is, I'm whoopee. I am a clown. Bigedude the clown. Yep. So anyways, this is the last arena I will play for now, because you think about it, I could get, if I don't have any, oh wait, I was thinking wrong. Once you get past 64 and 65, there's 2 reveals per and 2 blocks per round, and I was like, oh, why didn't I realize that earlier when I was just talking about stuff? Guess I just don't care really much. I mean, I care, but you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, this is the last one because we're already at an hour 30, hour 37. Once we get done with the thing, I will give like a finish time. You can put that. Don't put that in the chat or in the whatever. It'll be like how many movies were. I want you to put like, this video was longer than this movie, which was blank time long, because I think that would be fun, and that would be a great way. And I will heart and reply to every single one of those. And you know what? I would love for everybody that wants to comment on some of this stuff. I haven't done a reply to comments video in a long time. This could be where we do that, because you know, when it comes down to this channel, it's not just me. This isn't my channel. This is our channel. You know, and I've always felt that way, whether it's my silly songs, the streams that have been going on for like, you know, just the musical comedy, like, and I feel good about that. Even though I haven't added anything else to that, that's still 10 years of songs that are funny, that a lot of them are privated or unlisted, or, you know, stuff that was done well before I made, you know, SuperCard videos in 2014. So I like having that keeping going on. I'll say I am never there. I know that people like to talk to me because they see bigedude is live, because that's what the default thing is. You know, we'll just do this one. This should be good. But he procced over 1,400, or you know, 1.4 million. That's something I'm going to have to be aware of. One thing I also have realized when it gets late, the phones that I have feel like they're small, and these numbers are getting real annoying. They're just so small because it's like 1 million, lots of stuff, nonsense. I hope sometime in season 6 that we see a stat crunch. because it's getting hard to read these freaking things. And that just might be my interpretation of it. What is yours? I don't know. That Mick Foley is actually way better than I was expecting. Yes, he's in Momentum, but he's over 1,400, you know? Yeah, I didn't think he was going to go as high as he did. So I'm really hoping to get another one, because that would be nice. Yeah, and after this Last Man Standing, I can finally pro my half-heroic Hulk Hogan. I know he'll go up to like 1,800, 1,900 in Momentum. And yes, I know that's 1.8 million, 1.9 million. It's just easier to say 1,800, 1,900. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. 1,800,000. Right? Because that's 1.8 million? Yeah, I'm right. Okay. Yes, you are. Enjoy this conversation with yourself? Yeah, okay, thanks. Okay, why don't you go back to the video? Okay. Yeah, that was me, being me. And I don't care. I look at this as I could have probably played faster, just zoning out with some music. I probably wouldn't feel as good about me, you know, because this is catharsis. You know, I had an idea, and a lot of ideas in my head are now recorded, and they're presented not just to the world, but to myself. And there's lots of times where I'll go back, like when I was doing the whole musical comedy stream, looking at all the songs that I've done over the last, almost, oh my gosh, I've been on YouTube 13 years. No, wait, 12 years. Because Thanksgiving, right after Thanksgiving, or right around Thanksgiving, the 26th was my 12-year YouTube anniversary. Totally didn't even think about it this year. That's crazy. You know, some of you might not even be 12 years old. And I started YouTube because I wanted my students to be able to look at videos and practice along with them, whether it was because we don't have voice lessons at my school. So it was either to, yeah, that's good. For a second, I thought it was compatible. And that's why the first few videos were like song things, like vocalises, and that sort of stuff, as well as and some of them have been taken down because they were specific song related, and just I've only done that song 2 times since 12 years ago, and there were a lot of other versions where I didn't need to put it up anymore. There's so much content on YouTube, like billions of hours probably. Like it's mind blowing when you hear like the actual stats of how much is uploaded, and everybody wants to be famous on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's the more that the content there is, the harder it is to stand out. And sometimes, in order to stand out, you just got to be yourself. That's what I do. That's why people watch me, because I do these videos for me, and it would be cool if you like them too. But for me, today's video was about, I want to grind. And hopefully if you've grinded this whole time, hopefully your ranks, I've gone up over 1,000 ranks in this video alone, and that's cool. Just playing. Gave some tips and strategies in there. And for anybody that stayed the whole video, dude, you're awesome. Seriously, because you felt that listening to me was worth your time. And that's an honor. That's an honor. And I hope that you understand that that's not me just saying that. That's from my heart, because, as I said earlier, time is a gift. And this is not a real gift. This is not your Christmas gift or your winter gift. Okay, whatever. And you know, when all is said and done, this is almost 2 hours long. You know, I've done streams that are shorter. But the whole point is, I love this game so much, and I love that you're a part of this community. Whether you just got here or you've been here for years, there's a lot of cool people in this. Yes, there's some not as cool people, but that's in any gaming community. You know, I've looked at the ickiness in some places before, and it's really, those icky places are so much worse than this game probably ever will be. Even with all the stuff that has happened that has been frustrating for one of us, like they gave me thanks for the support, enjoy your gift of 0 credits. I burst out laughing when I saw that. I was like, because first off, I wasn't expecting anything. Also, they screwed up the card. We were a primal team, and I got the Nightmare Bobby Fish, like a lot of people. But you know what? I don't care. It's funnier this way. If they had just I was very pleased with the 200 credits, and then I spent 150 or 100. I spent 100 credits. They gave me 150, so I already did better. And, you know, I got a bunch of Kyle O'Reillys, which were nice trade fodder. Or trade. I'm thinking magic. Oh, my God. Nice training fodder. That's what I meant to say. Ooh, boy. I got a whole bunch of Goliaths. And I wish that they hadn't said that they were going to do something else. Because we all expected it to be the Primal Drew. And they did say, in the spirit of that. They never flat out said, you're going to get a pro of what card you missed. We all interpreted it that way. And then this the comedy of errors that happened, you know, getting a gift of 0 credits. I had to laugh. And I did, because it was hilarious to me. Because I didn't care. You know, I'm doing well on the YouTube videos this month because of season ticks. People are happy right now. Oh, I just realized that we got through another arena without going to the last thing. I just realized that. Well, anyways, I'm ending this video. We were at a bunch of less points. They were the similar 3 numbers in a row. I can't even remember. 183, 183? No. 131, whatever. I want you to know that you're awesome. But 259504 when I start, Arena 50. And for the last thing I want you to write in the comments today, if you choose, is your in-game name. Because everything I've talked about today, you know, I'll say what to write, and it's always everybody writes the stuff. And I know that there's at least one time where, you know, somebody just says, oh, like everybody's writing this. I'll bet you if I write the same thing as everybody else, he'll reply to me because he probably said that in the video. Or I just want to be like everybody else. I'm cool. I don't know. This way that if you watch this whole video, which is almost 2 hours long, an hour 48 minutes, and it will be ending soon. I'm just going to double check everything to see if I have to collect anything. I want to see, like, for the ticket sort, if I buy this now, I'm not getting the chance for the other thing because of not being in that tier, in tier, Vanguard tier, because all my stuff is redone wrong. If I auto-filled the Whoozy Whatsits, I would be back into Vanguard, but it's just not worth it right now, you know, because it'll only take 2 days. And you know what? Honestly, if I get to the point where I've grinded enough and I need to just not grind that stuff, and I want to try to grind for blocks and reveals and that sort of thing, I'll do that with the other thing, and I will bring my tier back to Vanguard anyway. But right now, reverse 619. But that will be different by the time you see this video. Either it'll go up or go down. I mean, think about it. 2 days and 9 hours. I'm probably going to overplay this weekend because of not being able to play in the home stretch, you know? I'll probably try for one thing, but what if I get stuck, you know, at 79, or, you know, if I get stupid and go like almost for 100. If I get past 100, the last few hours grinding, you know, which I can't do. I can only do like the last 20 minutes, I think, you know, because that's what I have a free period, and something might come up. They might need me to sub a class, you know, stuff happens. You know, it's just a different last man standing. So I'm just going to try to, if I can keep in the top 1,000, I'll be more than happy. I'm not going to, you know, I won't spend more than those 5,900 credits. I can't imagine that I'll go past 5,000. At most 4,000, because I'm looking at this. I can go Saturday, buy the pack, the last man standing things, because you can buy 2 of them. So that's 800, and then another 800 if I really, really want to, because it's worth it. It all depends on how much I grind and how I'm feeling about stuff. My deck is pretty balanced when it comes to it, and I might get lucky during some of those things. But anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this, because I know that I have, and I hope that it saves, because it should. I love you for a very long time, an hour and 51 minutes of love. So that's cool. And that's longer than the 100 minutes for episode 100 video. This might be the longest standalone video, non-edited, non-braked, whatever. It might be the longest that there's been. So I love you all for a very long time, and this is where I stop in 3, 2, bye. I'm just kidding. I love you long time. Blink, blink, bye, bye, bye. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Click here to subscribe. Thank you if you already did. Give me a musical comedy. Yeah, buddy. I've got a lot of heads. Look at all the heads. Lots of tiny heads. Bigger head. Littler head. Bigger head. Littler head. Oh. Darn it. Regular head. Okay. You're awesome. Love you long time. Bye. And scene. Wait. I gotta do 52. Okay. Okay. Click here to subscribe. Thank you if you already did.